Hey! Can you see what this is? On my pine? Do you know what this is? Come closer, let's take a look. Take a closer look, because what you see here is quite interesting. And if you don't know what it is, I'll tell you later on in the video. Something has eaten all the needles of this pine. Now, what does that mean for this pine? Will it survive? How will it recover? And is it really a problem? All of that in this video. I'm going to follow this tree over the rest of the season. That is, if I don't decide to cut off this sacrifice branch, because all of this is one big sacrifice branch of the tree behind it, but the tree behind it is in another video. And a little bit lower here, on another branch that is halfway eaten, we see the culprits that are on there. You see how they flick up and down? These are the larvae of a little wasp. They lay their eggs on these pines, they germinate, and the larvae come out as this caterpillar. And in this case it's a big group, and one way to get rid of them is just to collect them like I'm doing here. And then, well, for instance, you can feed them to birds, or you just put them out somewhere else. Look at those. Naturally, there's always the option to use poison. The waving that they do is to scare off potential predators. If the whole group at the same time moves, then it looks like there's something very big instead of just a whole bunch of small animals. Of course, you don't need to collect them and bring them to another location. You can also just spray this with an insecticide. That will also cure your tree of this problem. So make sure that in spring, here it is April, May, you look at your pine trees and you make sure that you spot these early on, because they really can do massive damage to your tree. Even though the branch doesn't necessarily die if they don't eat the buds, which I don't think they do ever. Now let's wait and see how these develop over the year. The buds seem to be still alive. I don't think there's any cocoons or anything in there. It is just really all the old needles are left and some of the buds. Exactly 1 month has passed, or actually exactly 4 weeks have passed, and will you look at that? These buds are actually extending into candles. Individual needles are visible. The base of the needles that were eaten off can now just be rubbed away. This looks pretty good. There's actually some backbudding here happening on this branch. All of these, they were eaten, but now they are still growing. This is really, really good. And look here. Another side bud is extending, and here also another side bud is coming. Promising so far. Let's see how this continues into summer. And in summer we see all the needles here have fallen off. There's a few little buds here, and the original buds, they have grown into small shoots. So as you can tell, just the removal of needles for 1 season is not a big problem. However, if we now compare this with this branch, which is nice and healthy, you can see already the needles here are much stronger and much longer. So there is a direct effect of the eating of the original needles.